Good day, friends. We have a new project, and amazing, isn't it, that you don't see a PRS for a while, then all of a sudden you get one in after another, and there you go. And look at that. And you should be able to tell. Anyone that knows what has got one of these guitars will know what this is straight away, and I'll show you. PRS Mark Holcomb, fantastic guitar. Made, I don't know where they made. Oh, World Music Instrument Company, Korea. Brilliant, good builder. Been making guitars in Korea, well, for yonks for other companies, and now for themselves, I imagine, in some way, shape or form. Fantastic guitar this, not a regular PRS guitar this by any stretch of the imagination. This does have a 25.5-inch scale length. The pickups in there are Seymour Duncan, Alpha and Omega, first, last, beginning and the end. If you are a Christian, you'll know that that is from the Bible. Jesus Christ being the first, or the word of God being the first and last. First word ever and final word will be had. Be warned. Telling you the truth. Planting seeds. But yes, what a fantastic guitar this is. Finish on it is amazing. The only bad thing about these guitars, and it's amazing, I just had a PRS Bernie Marsden in, didn't I? And the worst thing about that was the nut. And why they put these cheap crap plastic nuts on there, I do not know. So this has come in for basically a check over. It needs the nuts. We're nut swapping, definitely. We are going to go with a replace it with a Tusk nut. Basically, these are self-lubricating man-made substance called Tusk, T-U-S-Q, basically to denote that it's man-made. We also do a new bone style. Being a man-made bone. Self-lubricating nut. The particular model in question that I've been told fits perfectly a PRS, which is a straight swap, is the PT-6643-00 model. Black Tusk nut, 6-string electric nut. There you go, job done. It's got the size on there. It's got it on in inches, has it got in millimetres? No, it has not. Fantastic. Okay, whatever. Anyway, it'll fit. So, I've also been across with the not straight edge, make sure the neck's straight. I've been across the frets. It's not perfectly straight as yet, but there are 4 frets that do need attention, so we'll be having the intensive setup. Biggest problem on these guitars is removing the nut, because I don't know why they do it, but they put on the crappiest nut possible and they put on far too much glue. I've had 2 PRSs in the past where I've removed a nut, and not only have I just removed a nut, I've also removed a big chunk of the headstock with it. They are an absolute bind to remove. There are a couple of ways to remove a nut. Normally, if you have a problematic one like these are, for instance, you would saw straight down the middle of a nut and collapse it in on itself. Now, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do what you normally do, and I'm going to cut where the headstock meets the nut. I'm going to cut that line through the lacquer on the nut side to make sure we've got a score line in there. And I'm going to get the nut and I'm going to knock it off with a block of wood, slightly hammer it, and hope it comes out clean. It won't come out clean. I mean, I hope it comes out without chipping. There is always, so it always brings some wood out with it under the nut itself. I will rectify that situation is when I put it back in, I will build that area up with a little bit of epoxy and rosewood dust, and I'll file it flat before we put the new nut in. Absolute pain in the butt, these nuts, but it has to be done. And it means when I glue a new nut in, I can just put 1 spot of super glue in there and it'll sit tight, and if we need to remove it again later, we can. So here is the guitar. Glued in neck, of course, fantastic pickups, bridge, nice. I imagine that's a hip shot type bridge. It looks like a hip shot bridge. Looks absolutely beautiful. You have a satin neck on the back, well, not satin, a matte finish on the neck, makes it nice and smooth. So without further ado, I'm going to get the strings off. And I am going to go get about setting up this guitar for levelling the frets. Now it's not having a complete level, it's having 4 frets slightly levelled and re-crowned, so I may get away with just doing this on this normal bench. But what I will do is first I'll get the strings off, get my neck straight, we'll go across with a fret rocker and we'll see exactly where we are and what needs to be done. So we got the nut off without causing any damage and relatively clean, though it did bring some bits of wood with it, as they always do. Absolutely terrible job they made of these nuts, and they need to do something about it. I mean, look at the depth of the grooves on this nut, and it's cheap crap plastic. They are appalling. They put on far too much glue, so you can't really avoid that. To fix this area, what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to mix up some epoxy and drop it on the nut shelf there and just let it settle. I don't really have any choice, but I'll show you where we are. I mean, it looks relatively clean. It's just, why do they use that much glue? There you go. Looks pretty level. I could possibly bang the nut straight on there, but I will know that there's a gap under there and I will not be happy with it. Maybe I could drop in a little bit of rosewood dust in there and drop some super glue in there and file it flat again. But I don't like filing nutshells because sometimes you don't get a straight, you're not holding your file as flat as you actually think you are, and you don't get a perfectly level base. And when I put in a new nut, I like the base to be perfectly level. If we could remove that without causing any damage at all, we would have done. It's just really, PRS have not thought that through. It's really bad. I'd thought this nut will slot straight in. It'll probably be a little bit higher than we need it to be. It seems to be sat pretty smooth on there. There's a little bit of these areas sticking out, but there. We'll file those or we'll sand those flat. I'll get a piece of sandpaper on the flat table and I'll just zoot across and get it all nice and flat. So now, just been across with the not straight edge. In fact, I put the not straight edge on, then I had a little tweak on the truss rod to get the neck absolutely straight. I could show you there. There you go. No gap there at all. Absolutely straight. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn the camera around, point it. I'm going to point it at the guitar. I'm going to go across with fret rocker and we're going to see how many frets. I don't know. I know I checked earlier with 4 high frets, but I don't know which ones they are. So you're going to see with me. We'll see if it just does warrant any fret work, and I'm pretty certain that it does. So there you go. Camera is on the guitar. Fantastic. I'm happy that this neck is straight. Yep, perfect. I'll get a marker pen to mark off any frets that are high, and we're going to go across. Now fret rocker works, do 3 frets at a time. We've got 4 different lengths, and as we come further across the neck, we go with a shorter length. Here for instance, we'll turn it that way, always doing 3 frets at a time. And if we do happen to get any frets rocking, we know that that fret, the middle fret of those 3 is high. So let's go. I already knew this first one. Well, fret number 2, add a rock on there, only in the centre. I'll be surprised if we're any more than 4. And this one there already, just on this outer edge, because they don't level these frets at the factory. What we do is just whack them in and that's it. The machine does it, and we just assume that we're going to go in level. So I've already got 2, another 1, 3. All down this end. You get up to 5 and you're looking at a fret level. I would be very surprised if this needed a fret level out of the factory as it is. And there you go, there's another one. That's really shoddy. One, 2, 3, 4 already. I know there's another one up here. If I can keep this under 6, there's 5. So it's going to be a full fret level. Unbelievable. A brand new guitar needs a fret level. There's another one. That's 6 frets already. It's going to need a fret level. That is really bad. I did say to Nathan though, because the neck wasn't straight when he was here. And I says, when I get the strings off and we get the not straight edge on there, straighten the neck, then we'll go across. Again, there's another one. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frets already. We are now in complete fret level territory. And it is another one there. That's 8. It's astonishing and sad that you go and buy a new guitar and the frets aren't level. And the thing is, yeah, there as well. Same fret though, so it's 8, I believe. I've had people on YouTube saying, how do we know we're not level? How do we know you got our neck straight? We're seeing it from the side. Well, let me tell you now, Nathan has bought 5 or 6 guitars to me and he trusts me. Here's another one. So that's 9 frets. There you go, this edge as well. 10. So Nathan milled China. This is going to have to be a complete fret level. I'm going to tell her to come back for this Monday. It was going to pick it up tomorrow. And that last one as well needs work. So I've got 11 frets. Don't know if you lay that from here. Frets need attention. They're not mega high, but they're not level, and that's the important thing. So this is going to have to go on the jig. It's going to have to be, everything's going to have to be all taped up. I will go and let Nathan know now. Bear with me a second, I'm going to move the camera back. It's really quite sad that you go and buy a new guitar and you get it and you need a fret level straight away. And I've marked off all the frets. And you'll see in black pen, everything marked off in black pen. There are a few around here. I don't know if you're going to see them all in this light. I've got no idea, but I can point them out for you. If I can just get that guitar and hold it there. That one at that end, that one, that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, still 8, 9, 10, 11 frets need attention. Can you see on there? So, people might think, oh, an nth of a millimetre, is it going to make any difference? Yeah, of course it's going to make a difference. We are dealing with tolerances here, very minuscule tolerances. And Nathan having his guitar tuned to drop to C standard, you know, the strings are going to be floppy anyway. We need the frets to be absolutely level. And why shouldn't they be level? Why should they not be completely level with each other? They have to be. We are dealing with very small, minuscule amounts. You don't buy a guitar and expect to have frets up and down like that, you know. I know Nathan just said whatever it needs, just do it. Don't worry about the cost or anything. He's bought a few guitars for me before. I've looked after him over the years. He will understand that this needs a complete fret level. So I will. I'm not going to do it today. I've got other stuff now. If it was just 4 frets, I would have done this today, and he could have it back in the morning. But going to be a weekend of this one now, so I've got other stuff I need to be getting on with anyway. So this is part 1 of the video. This is the appraisal part of the video. I will send this video to Nathan. He will okay the work anyway, but I might as well call this part end of part 1. So there you go, end of part 1. Make sure you come back for part 2.